pissed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast, the live stream edition. Thank you. That's not open yet, by the way. Not yet, but stand by, please. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door, talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you and showing you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't. I'm sorry, I screwed that up. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? I'm having a great evening so far, Scott. How are you tonight?
Oh, I'm ducky, man. I got in on a cash at like 4 a.m. this morning. I was like, you know what? Let's take the shot there. So yes, I'm having a wonderful day. So actually, tonight's giveaway is brought to you by a cash for all of your decentralized cloud providing needs. Think of cash, like they're sponsoring us, man. I've just scalped the hell out of them. Here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about, bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, or as we should know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. It's time for technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome back to the podcast. And thank you. So for the viewers, this is what you're going to be looking for. You see that right up there. Next time you see that graphic up there you're going to want to dial into 515-523-6995. Once again, that number is 515-523-6995. And caller number 7 tonight is going to win 12,500 Jackal. That'll even give another round of applause on that one. I ate it last time, by the way. We did our first giveaway for $1,000 worth of Jackal, and we gave it away at 8 cents. But by the time we gave it away, which was 12,500 Jackal, by the way, and by the time we gave it away, Jackal was about 9.5. So I ate it that time. I still gave away the 12,500 Jackal, and we're going to do it again, 12,500 Jackal. You're going to be under it a little bit. So it's not going to quite be the 2,000. If this is going to be a moral problem for you, don't call in. That's what I'm saying on that, man. It hit with one big-ass spike. There was just one massive buy, 150,000, something like that. I mean, it was a big buy, and it just railed it. And once it railed it, the AMMs kick in, and it happens. So they start getting diluted. They start becoming the other side of their whatever tokens that they are.
And we've already got someone calling in. Phone lines. We're not doing the giveaway yet, guys.
Yeah. No, man, not yet, dude. Again, when you see that number up there, go, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it off now. So there's no point in standing in line, man. But when you see that number go live, go ahead and start calling in. Caller number 7 is going to win $2,000 or 12,500 Jackal with a value of approximately $2,000-ish. So thanks for watching, and thanks for going with the podcast. And we're not going to do the dick move. We're not going to make you wait till the end. All right, just keep your eye on the screen. When you see it go ahead and call in. So it's been interesting. I mean, just absolutely crazy. Cosmos is just doing its very best to give people money. I mean, that is literally it. That's what it's doing. It's going out of its way, and it's just saying, here, take money. Token after token after token out here is not only pumping, but it is running away. But there's like a flow to it. I haven't quite figured it out. Every time I go in, man, I'm just taking a shot. But there's almost a flow to it because it's running from token to token to token. Now, that works great for me, all right, because I'm not long on too many of these. I'm long on a cash, I'm long on Jackal, I'm long on Bitcoin, I'm long on Fetch, but everything else is more or less a plaything to me. So I love it when there's a plaything that is pumping up so I can just climb with it. That's it, man. Look, I have no interest in this. It's not about the thrill of victory for me. It's not about my chain is better than your chain. I don't care. What I care is I'm making money on this right now. That's my favorite chain. It was somebody, oh God, who they asked? It was, I'm a Denver Broncos fan, by the way, so I'm used to being just beat up and beat down. I mean, our team sucks. But I remember an interview with John Elway. Hall of Fame, it's John Elway, man. I ain't got to explain it. But he was watching him in an interview, and somebody asked him, who was your all-time favorite receiver? And he simply said, the guy who was open. That was my favorite receiver. So what is my all-time favorite chain out here in the cosmos? Whichever one is going up, man. I'm mercenary capital at this point. I will arbitrage chains that really don't deserve my money, and I will move their money over to the chains that really, really do. You guys know where my preferences are. I don't hide anything. I try to be incredibly genuine, but I'm going to put the money where I see the value. But it's not going to blind me. All right. Right now, a cash is not worth, what is it, $1.40? It's not worth $1.45. It's not worth it, man. Not even close. So if I happen to make some money on it while it is ascending because people are piling into something that they don't really know or don't really understand, I'm going to sleep just fine tonight, man. Everybody has, I don't have any information anybody else doesn't have. All right. It's just market psychology. And when you've been doing this for a very, very long time, you start to pick up on market psychology. And yeah, that's it. So I don't like to give a whole hell of a lot back. As a matter of fact, I have to make a quick trade if you guys don't mind. I'll get right back to you, man. We're not going anywhere. But time is money, and money always happens over here. So I'm going to try to protect what I can. Hold the rip, man, and sell the dip. That's been me. That's been me forever and ever. I understand it's not really favorable. Nobody ever likes to use the word sell in crypto, but I assure you. I assure you, man, the people that will aggressively go after it are probably going to be better. I don't know. You know what? For me, I aggressively go after it, and I tend to have more money tomorrow than I did today. So whatever's working for me, it's working. That's it. So I'm not really going to change it based on markets. I'm not really going to change it based on crypto propaganda, the diamond hands, and the one that people who hold during a bull market will always do better than people who trade during a bear market. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. But it keeps coming back. It just keeps coming back. And yeah, I don't do that. I do something different. It works out very, very well for me. So thank you. Jackal ripped, and there's a kind of a funny thing that's going on right now. It's actually happening over there on Astrovault. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Astrovault, but it's kind of a funny thing that's going on over there. They've managed to gather up a whole bunch of tokens that are running together, and they're running together because of Astrovault. So I've actually been trying to coin the phrase the Astrovault Fund, because if you're into any one of these tokens that seem to be sitting over there on Astrovault, they move as a unit more or less, because they're all paired with either Osmo or on Osmosis decks, or they're paired with Archway over on Astrovault. So all of these tokens are paired with these. So when one of them makes a big move, it carries everything else. And it doesn't really matter which one it is. Now, Archway absolutely spiked yesterday to the point I thought it was broken. Bell, I thought it was broken. I literally went up. Did you guys break your Oracle? Because your token just went from Yeah, well, I mean, it went from 7 cents to like 22 cents in a single trade. I'm like, okay, who screwed up here? Because that's like ridiculous movement, and it just ravaged everything. I mean, everything shot up at once. The arbitrage bots just went absolute batshit. You couldn't make a single trade. You couldn't get anything done or anything through. It just wasn't going to happen, man. The computer took over. So it was wonderful to see. And then afterwards, once the dust had all settled, it carried everything. It carried Dissenter. It carried Alter. It carried Jackal. I mean, it carried all of these other tokens. So it's making it really, really interesting for me from an investment perspective, because buying any one of these tokens is effectively diversifying me in all of them. Now, it's certainly not my design. I'm just pointing it out. I'm a trader. I'm a very, very active trader. I ain't this guy. I've never been this guy. So when I start to see things like that, I like to talk about them, because here we are on YouTube. But you guys are in for a treat, because I don't have to explain it, because we got the guy who built it, and the guy who built it is going to explain it all to you. And he is Eric is a friend of mine. We disagree on some things, and the things we disagree on, we really disagree on them. I mean, there is no love lost there. But the things that we do agree on, we're just meshed. We both get it. So he's been on with us a lot. He is absolutely my broadcasting bottom. Eric, Astrovault Eric, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing awesome, Scott. Having a great time with the community as we have been all day. Been a huge day for Jackal Siberia, actually.
Oh my
But
God, man. Everything's been running loose, dude. I've just been having a wonderful, wonderful day all the way across the board. All right, man. Why don't you explain what's happening with the Astrovault fund? Because it is actually happening. So why don't you go ahead and clue everybody in, man? Go.
I've been trying to explain it to everybody for years, and nobody believed me until now they're actually seeing it. But yeah, we just crossed over 100K in POL. We've done no bonds. We've done no weird backroom deals. This is protocol earned liquidity, which is going to be the big wave of this next bull run. We know because we're starting it. But yeah, like we monetize liquidity. We earn from what we host. And so if you see other people going around trying to make liquidity deals for stuff they don't earn from, because they're like, oh, we can't spend money on liquidity because it's expensive and we don't know how to earn anything from it. Well, we're doing things really differently and we're doing things a lot better. So if you've got real world cryptos that you're interested in, that you want to come out of this bear market, that you want these businesses to succeed, hook them up with us because we're going to tap in, we're going to earn them, we're going to pay them, and we're going to showcase them off. And we're going to create this nice unit of real world businesses that's going to break doors down.
All right, explain protocol owned liquidity, dude. You know, we're always very, very tongue in cheek with all this stuff. I know what it is, you know what it is, and we talk to each other. This is a failing of crypto reporting in general. Is that it seems to be engineers or economists talking to other engineers or economists, and people that are on the outside looking in kind of get lost. So Paul is thrown around a lot. I know what it is, you know what it is. We have almost 40 people on this show right now. Some of them might not know what it is. Tell them why this is advantageous, that Astrovault has $104.76 thousand worth of protocol-owned liquidity. Explain it to a 5-year-old, Eric.
Yeah, so you can only spend money that you have, right? But only money that people accept. So if you have $5, you can go and spend $5 anywhere that people accept dollars. But if you make your own monopoly money, you have to try to convince other people to accept it. Well, instead of just creating our own monopoly money, we're actually going to get $5 that other people are accepting. If you guys are at least a little familiar with Cosmos, you know like what community pools are, and basically they print their own tokens and they have their own tokens. And they have to try to convince other people to accept it.
Osmo.
Think of our community pool as being other people's dollars. In fact, we literally have dollars. We literally have Bitcoin contributing to our POL at this point because we've earned it from the Rat Bitcoin pair we have. So we're earning tokens that we're not printing. We haven't even made our token live yet. When we do, it's going to scale this a lot faster. But we're earning all of these other tokens that we own. And we can do, as a community, whatever we want to with them.
No, you got to keep going, dude. Look, why is it advantageous that everybody out there that's looking right now, and we're on the third screen so they can see it, why is it advantageous that Astrovault controls $104.76 thousand of protocol-owned liquidity? Is that your money? Can you simply withdraw it? Can you rug this DEX right now? Can you take that money, pull it off, and go and buy a McLaren or a used McLaren or whatever it is that you dev people do? I mean, is that what you got to explain it, man? How is this any good to anybody? I see the money, but it's not like it's my money. Or is it my money? Or is it our money? Whose money is that?
It is our money, comrade. This is owned by the AXV DAO, which if you hold the AXV token, you're a member of. We can literally vote through governance to do whatever we want with this. And not only can we vote to spend this however we want, if we want to vote to give away 12,500 Jackal on your show, we can. And if it passes, we do, because we can spend it however we want to, because it is our money. It is our cash flow. We can use it in other DeFi protocols. We can do whatever we want with it because it's ours. So would you rather have $104,000 than not have $104,000? I argue yes.
And this is money that was earned through the DEX naturally. You don't just hit a button and print it up. It's nothing like that. This is actually money that you earn naturally. How about this? By dumping these tokens, are you going to hurt the tokens that are providing that POL? Ooh.
If we do dump them, yes, which is why we have to be really, really careful, all of us as a community, and work together to really steward where we want to go as a protocol. One analogy I like to make is like if you follow like what the US did with sanctions on Russia with the war in Ukraine, it's like all of the allies wanted the US to sanction Russia. And as soon as all of them did, they're like, oh yeah, good job, US. And they all immediately went and started preparing to decouple themselves from US dollar because they're like, while we agree with this decision, now the United States is showcasing that they're willing to just unilaterally remove other countries from global trade. just based on their relationship with them. Like, that is a crazy, crazy risk. We can go and spend Jackal. We can go sell Jackal, go sell Arch, go sell Adam, do whatever we want to do. If we choose to start doing stuff like that, that will probably trigger a course of events where they no longer want to exclusively rely on us as their liquidity partners. So I think it's far more important to focus on market share and to build up liquidity. We always have the potential for more and more liquidity. There's always more and more stuff we can do with it down the road when we've got billions and billions of dollars worth, including just stop printing our own token in entirety. But in general, it would be really short-sighted if we just took all 100K and we were like, hey, let's all buy back and burn AXV with it. We can. And that threat of being able to brings direct value to our token. I just caution against it.
Well, it kind of does, man, because you guys are small enough that I can fight back against you. That's why I'm cool with it, because it's like, oh no, I got you, man. You really screwed up here, Eric, and I'm gonna make you suffer. So no, I'm cool with that. When you get up, if you get up to hundreds of millions of dollars, that's gonna be a different conversation.
Well, even then, you're gonna be a very large part of that DAO. Like, you're gonna be a part of this $100 million the Astrovault fund that you're talking about, because we are gonna get there.
Well, I'm going heavy in all of this because I want to make sure that I have a say in the decision. I own all of these tokens right here, everything up there. I own a large position in all of these, so it's in my very, very personal interest to make sure that you spend and what you do with your Paul, that you do it smartly. That you do it, that it's also in my interest, and not just your interest. I'm with everybody else out here. Everybody else that doesn't have, I'm looking out for the investors, because nobody's looking out for the investors. So if I have to do it myself, I'm absolutely going to do it myself. All right, man, we got about 2 more minutes. Anything else you want to take? Any other victory laps out here? We want to get into some questions. What do we want to do here, man? Because it was just a booming day, dude. Oh God, I killed it today. So what do you want to do, dude? 2 minutes, go.
Good job in the market. I just like to brush up that we did drop the econ paper. If you check out astrovault.io/whitepaper/econ, we threw that out there for you guys on Friday. I know we've talked a ton about how we have revenue streams that other dexes don't, which enable us to spend where other people can't. But a lot of people just assume from that it means that we're just going to spend willy-nilly and farm and dilute our token into the ground, which we've never said. We just now kind of want to reiterate, now that we're super close to token launch, that we don't actually have to directly spend more than staking rewards. It will likely often work out that way, and the process is really objective and codified, where it's not directly in our hands. But we don't have to spend more than the staking rewards. We just have to spend more than the other dexes will on your liquidity. And with the current sentiment, since they earn nothing from your liquidity, that's super easy to do. So yeah, you might not be seeing the 50-80% APRs, you might. But even then, when you're seeing the 15-20% APRs on us and you're not getting that anywhere else, it's because we do have a balance sheet. We're trying not to spend a lot more than we're earning so that we can sustainably grow the business instead of spreading ourselves too thin and tanking our token.
You got any alpha? What else are we going to be seeing over there anytime soon? Come on, man, share it with the team.
I think it'd be really cool if we set up some better stable pools. I mean, we've always mentioned that, like, we weren't built out to be a stable swap, but a byproduct of what we made is the most efficient stable swap. I think it'd be dope if, we rolled out some more of that.
I'd like to see, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Dissenter Noble swap. I would not be opposed to seeing that. I would not be opposed to seeing a Bacana stable. I wouldn't be at least a bit. Guy, look, the reason I asked for these is because it's kind of a white hat way to actually exit a position without actually crushing the token. It works in your favor if you're actually paired up like that, because as the token starts to increase in value and everything that hits Astrovault seems to, it dilutes itself into USDC. So you are basically liquidating your own token without hurting the token value, and you can pull the USDC out on the other side, so you have more working capital to get into whatever the hell else that you want to get into. So yeah, there's a lot that happens to that can be done over here, and if you have a DEX that's actually listening to you, I just see a lot of upside to it. So as you can see, phone lines are now open, guys. Call 515-523-6995. Caller number 7 is going to win some of our money, and then those of you who don't really want to be here don't have to be here. You can go ahead and move along. But I promise you there's a whole bunch more alpha coming your way. Now, with that, we have we're not a sponsored channel, so all the money we give away is our money and all that stuff. But there are some really, really oddball products out there that are always looking for sponsorship with crypto channels. Belle does the work, so she goes out, she finds them, she brings them over to us, and we make tons of money on very, very unusual products that you might have heard of or likely didn't. And right now, our very own Astrovault Eric, who I already see laughing, is going to go ahead and tell you about the latest and greatest. Eric, go ahead, take it away, sir. Dazzle me.
Buckle up, Podocasters. Have we got a treat for you? Tom is back, and he's back in a big way. Since the old bag of glass lawsuit was settled, favorably, mind you, Tom has gotten back to work and is ready to release his bestest product ever to the market in the form of Tom's jet-powered pogo stick. Traditional pogo sticks are boring. You bounce up and down. Yay, look at me. It will never make it to YouTube. But with Tom's jet-powered pogo stick, your future social media star is just one brave bounce away from fame and fortune. The secret in this mini Raptor engine in the base. On every successful bounce, propellant is introduced to the engine, and boom, your kids will be flying, literally. Capable of achieving heights up to 110 feet. Tom's jet-powered pogo stick will leave all the rest behind, also literally. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds incredibly dangerous, but it isn't. It's like really cool, and that's what matters. Tom says so, and it's even on the box. This toy is not dangerous, so stop holding your children earthbound and start letting them fly with Tom's jet-powered pogo stick. And if you use the special podcast coupon code, hit me with your big silly ass, you will receive a whopping 15% off your entire order. But you better call now. Supplies are limited, and operators are standing by. And we'll be right back, folks. Everyone's calling. This is fucking great.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. And for your dining and dancing pleasure, don't forget about Tom's jet-powered pogo stick. Let's send everybody into orbit, and you can do it with Tom's stick. Don't forget to call. Call now, call often. Life is good. All right, we are still sorting out the calls. The first one that hits the host room is going to actually win our money. So I can't look. Eric, are you watching the questions? Because Belle is busy right now. So is there anything in there that we could talk while she sorts this out?
Oh, man, a lot of people are talking.
We actually have our winner. We just got our winner.
Okay, well, stand by, folks. We're going to pull him in. And if you could stand by, we are now talking to area code 910. Who do I got here?
It's Farmer Steve. I didn't expect to win, Scott.
Farmer Steve, how are you, sir? Congratulations, man. I don't know who Farmer Steve is. You're saying like I know you. Who is this?
It's Steven.
Oh,
Douglas.
okay. All right. Well, congratulations, dude. I figured you were out farming. Isn't that what you guys do? You do sun up to sunset. And how do you have time to actually come on here and do this, man, if you're so busy out there doing everything else? So are you having a good night, sir? Did this make it just a little bit better?
Oh, yeah. Thanks. No.
Oh, you bet, man. What are you going to do with the Jackal, dude? Are you going to liquidate it and pay some bills, or are you actually going to hold on to it? Because the last time we gave a
I'll
giveaway...
probably liquidate it and send it back to you.
Okay, you know what? We'll talk offline, dude. How about that? Everybody else, give it up for Farmer Steve once again. Big round of applause. Life is
I've
good.
never won anything, Scott. That's amazing.
You can't say that now, brother. I appreciate the support, man. You guys have been with us for a long, long time. I'm going to go ahead and send you out, man. Appreciate it. We'll talk offline. So there we go, guys. We got our winner. If you did not win this time, let me turn that off because people are still going to be calling. If you didn't win this time, please come back next time. And I don't know, Belle, should we keep doing it as one massive giveaway, or should we actually break this up into a couple people winning? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is I never thought it was going to hit 16 cents as soon, so I put no particular thought in it. Belle, what do you think of that?
I think the next giveaway we need to give a shot to 2 winners.
Well, the next giveaway is going to be $4,000, so that's going to okay. No, that's fine. Hey, whatever you guys want to do. Hopefully, AXV will be live by then, so Eric will pony up a little bit to help me out here. Man, this gets expensive. You might think that we are huge YouTube people and successful, but we are absolutely not. We don't make anything on YouTube. Yeah, maybe $100 a month.
If you're getting commission on these jetpack pogo sticks, then I know you're a millionaire, because these are gonna sell like crazy. Every time my daughter lips off, I'm just
yes. Go bounce, man. I'm sorry. That is funny. That is world-class funny. All right, Belle, questions, comments, concerns, observations, or I'm gonna do money stuff.
All right. During the monologue, Ethan chimed in asking, what about market fantasy? You mean we can't build things based off of the ideal outcome, expecting our dreams to come true?
Oh, I'm going to take this one. Yes, we can, sir. Yes, we can. We absolutely can. You know what would be a really, really good idea? Eric, hear me out. What we're going to do is we're going to start minting a token. All right, we're gonna make it really, really, or somewhat complex, and we're gonna start letting people mint a token. And when they mint enough of it, you know what we're gonna do with it, dude? This will be cool. We're gonna put a stable token on the other side of it, and we're gonna use what they mint for the over collateralization of the stable token. That's what we're gonna do, man. How could this lose? How could this possibly fail? Eric, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's so amateur. That's 2018 stuff. What you got to do then is you have to take that stable token that you're minting, and you have to use that to take a lease position and another stable coin that you collateralize with a different token that you create. And now you can switch those up and LP them together, and you can basically get unlimited, like infinite, really, TVL from like $1 and whatever you minted.
Oh, what about if we what if we put it up and we allowed it to be borrow and lend? What if we did that? What if we set it up as something like that? Because then people can borrow against it for another asset that also has no value whatsoever, and they will borrow it against our asset that exists on nothing but hopes and dreams, and then they can bring it out here to the cosmos where there's like at least 50 different places that will absolutely honor it. I mean, how could this go wrong? I mean, I don't understand. How come more people don't see this, Eric?
Yeah, it depends on your intake of hallucinogens. Really, if you're going to be based on hopes and dreams, you still have to over collateralize. So you just need more hopes and more dreams than anybody else.
Is that like a buzzword with you guys? Because you're a builder, all right? You, Ethan, everybody, Benji, you guys are all builders. Is this just a buzzword for you, that over collateralization? That suddenly, if you use the word over collateralization, well, that means it can't fail. How could it possibly fail? Because it's over collateralized, man. You can see it right here. Is that what you guys do? Because
it's a buzzword for the ecosystem. It's a meme to me, because people just really don't understand how collateralization actually works. And so you're seeing the same thing go on with Zephyr right now. It's like, and even with Terra Luna, people that are moved on to DAI, USK, like all these other things, they don't know how collateralization works. And realistically, most of them are collateralized enough, but none of them are really over collateralized, and they shouldn't be.
No, and yeah, I wasn't going to say Zephyr, but thank you for bringing it up. Round of applause for Eric. Carry on, Belle. What do we got?
All right, next question coming from Vicky Boy SC, and this one's all Eric. ETA on AXV launch.
Bitch.
It's a whole lot of letters you're throwing at me real quick. We're trying to get it to you before Christmas, working as diligently as we can.
Carry on, Belle.
All right, John S. Are all pools weighted the same as far as the airdrop goes?
Ooh.
No, absolutely not. We make more money from different pools, and check out the econ paper, that will literally be factored into the token emissions. Like we might have higher multiples on Bitcoin, higher multiples on USDC. If we ain't making money from the pools, they're going to be multiplying times nothing.
What's the highest multiplier? And I'm going to say, without even looking, I'm going to say it'll be Bitcoin.
Yeah, right now I think the highest, like in our internal system, the highest would be 6, and we've got like Bitcoin, ETH, USDC Noble, and AXV at that rate.
I'm in all of those. Carry on, Bell.
Renee, why does the market impact increase with every trade I make on Astrovault? I tried to swap 10 atoms into Arch 10 times each, and every time I did it, the market impact went slowly up.
So the market impact is not the price impact. Like these are fundamentally different things. And we definitely need to change that because we thought we were doing something helpful for the community. We didn't explain it well enough. And so everyone's like, oh, why am I getting 8% slippage? Or how am I getting negative slippage sometimes? And it's because it's not for the price on the pools. It's comparing the price you're getting on our pool to the global price. So if it's over 0, like if you're getting 8-9% market impact, it's telling you could probably get this trade better somewhere else. Or if you reverse the trade, that you're actually going to be pulling off some kind of arbitrage. Now, we might move this to like more of a advanced feature later on and just do price impact. But yeah, the more you move the price on our pool, that's not necessarily changing the global price all that much. So you're going to change the price on our pool more than you change the global price, so the market impact will be higher.
See, and that's excellent, dude, because I got it pulled up right now. I'm going to swap 5X Atom. I don't even know where I got them. Dude, I do a lot of trades under DEX, dude. I don't know where this stuff comes from. 5X Atom of value of $45 for Alter, and I'm only going to get $40 worth of Alter. So what percentage is that, Eric? Because that sounded real close to 10% for me to make this swap. Is that about right? Does that factor right? Because I'm using your visualizer, dude. It's telling me everything here.
And so it doesn't mean that you're getting 10% slippage on our DEX or that you're moving the price 10%. What it means is that the price of Arch in the Arch Atom pair is too low. So like somebody should be arbitraging and actually buying Arch with Atom, or one of those directions. So yeah, basically the pools aren't all balanced.
This is actually awesome because the trade failed. The transaction failed. That's how. Don't make this trade. All right, I don't even think they're equipped. They haven't even considered this particular trade. So yeah, that's not gonna go through. But there you go, dude. We just failed it 3 times live with over 40 people watching. So I understand that's not a lot of people, but for Cosmos, that's a lot of people. Round of applause for Astrovault right there. But if I wanted to trade that X Atom for anything else, let's say I wanted to trade it for Arch. In this case, I will put $45, get $43 worth of Arch. Let's go ahead and make that trade because Arch. Nope, Eric, I think you're personally bricked here, dude. I think your DEX is bricked. Is Benji or Ethan on right now? You might want to fix this. Every trade is failing.
This is garbage. What do we got going on here?
I don't know, man. Maybe you got to fix this. Maybe
Hard refresh.
Maybe it's my wallet. Hang on. Nope, my wallet's still up and live and good. What did you do? Dude. Oh my God, this is happening live, but I can't stop it now. You know I can't stop this, right? This is like a train wreck, dude. We have to see where
I was
it goes
just
out.
talking crap on your guys' Discord today. Like people are using our DEX instead of the $650 million valued osmosis because ours works. And now
when we do, it doesn't work. I'm going to try to trade raw Atom for Alter, which is another dumbass. Okay, the raw Atom for Alter work. Ping your guys, man. Tell them there's something wrong with X Atom. Fix it. Fix it. And I mean right now. I want to complete this trade by the end of this show. If not, this is the show. It didn't work. That's the show. Carry on, Belle.
All right, Joshua Knight. Another question directed toward Eric. How about power bottom on Astrovault?
Yeah, man. We haven't talked about that, dude. You ready to host us?
Yes, absolutely. We need concentrated liquidity power bottom, and we need $10 million in liquidity in it ASAP.
I'm absolutely ready, man. Go ahead, Belle. Carry on.
All right, Monero Dinero. Hey, Eric, you know what a super cool feature for your DEX is? The dust converter. I used it on Stride today.
Yes.
Imagine all the dust Cosmos tokens converted into your own DEX tokens.
I'm not going to let this go either, dude. That is a fantastic idea. Whoever put that comment in, well done. You know what a dust converter is, Eric, right?
I do. Love them on centralized exchanges. They're a lot easier to do if you own the blockchain you're doing it on.
Yeah, and I get it. You're an L2. All right, you're not an L1. I get it, man. So are we talking like you'd have to set up a separate RPC for every one of these tokens? You would, wouldn't you?
Not a separate RPC. It's just in general, like it's a bunch of trades fundamentally. And so like we could have separate pools that just allow this, but it costs a lot of gas. And we have to pay that gas. And that's kind of expensive, especially on the Archway iteration. And we can't we'd have to limit how often people could do it. Like it's just a hell of a lot of work and expense. Just keep your damn dust for now.
No, and I understand that, but you're a community-driven DEX, right? You're here for the people, for the community, for the people who are asking you for a dust converter. So right now you're going to tell them no. Go ahead, say it. Your big screen, dude. Go ahead, tell them no, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to
value your opinion. No, if you can convince Jackal Siberia to really push this feature, then we'll have to.
All right, just give me an email. Tell me who I got to talk to. Go ahead, Bell. Carry on.
Cosmos Joe, Crypto Media. My first news story tomorrow. Archway breaks live on stream despite $6 million in VC funding.
Thank you. Round of applause.
How dare you suggest that they've raised less than 30 million?
Oh, and Cosmos Joe, the call-ins are not rigged. I have to go through and answer all of them. So until we get
is
to
that
our
it?
winner.
Is he saying they're rigged, Joe? You know what? No. You know what? You're coming on the show, dude. We've already got you. We've already got Bell's gotten a spot set out for you, dude. And you and I are gonna go at it, man. We're the Hannity and Combs. We agree on a lot of things, but the things that we disagree on are fundamental. So yeah, we're gonna have a go, man. I cannot wait. Bell, carry on.
That was actually the last one for the moment.
You got to be kidding me, man. We're giving.
Oh, wait. Vicky Boy SC just chimed in with one. What's your opinion on the Atom inflation cap prop?
Oh, okay. Who wants to? You know what? I don't think Eric's allowed to really speak on this, but I am. I absolutely am. And you know what? I'm going to start right here. You know what, guys? We're talking about a parameter change. You know, everybody's going off like it is the end of all things. It's the end all be. Oh my God, if we do this, that's it. It's bedlam. It's a parameter change, man. Honestly, personally, for me, I don't see what the harm is of changing the parameter. We see what happens over the next 90 days, and then we make up our mind from there. Is this something that did this work? Did it have the intended effects? Or did it have the intended effect? Did it do it? Great. We'll go ahead and stick with it. Did it not? It didn't work? Fine. Let's roll the parameter back. Who cares? But to take no action whatsoever, man, is to me it's insulting. It is insulting at this point. You have a community that is saying do it. Now, I understand we're only simple retail investors, all right? We are only the people who power the engine here. I get it, man. We're not you. We're not we're not the oligarchy at the top of the chain. We get it. We know. But when your community is saying, hey, let's go ahead and do this, and it's effectively cutting our throats as well as yours, and then you're going to come up there and override them, you are going to have one hell of a problem. Now, personally, me, as a person who reports on crypto, dude, I hope it fails. I absolutely hope it fails, man, because you've just given me months and months and months of content. I can thunder away at you endlessly. I'm not a sponsored channel. I'm not beholden to you. I'm not the other people that you guys are paying. I can say whatever the fuck I want, and I will. So you can ignore, you can take this whole let them eat cake kind of attitude that you seem to be taking right now. The whole we're separate. Don't worry, it's just the plebs. Let them go ahead. What's that from History of the World? The peasants are revolting. You're right. They stink on ice. That's the oligarchy right now. Your peasants are revolting, man. They're saying you're either going to do this or we are going to vote with our wallets. So you play with this and you mess with this at your own peril. It is a parameter change. The worst thing that happens is you put it in for 90 days. It didn't have the effect you thought it was going to have, and you roll it back. But is it worth all of this time, all of this effort, all of this drama? I absolutely don't think so. And how can all of these other major ecosystems, for some reason, Cosmos is the only one that cannot survive unless inflation is set at 19%. We're the only ones. Everybody else can manage to make it go with single digits. But if you do it to Cosmos, bedlam. All right, it's the end of all things if you do it here, and it's not. You're going to have to eventually start listening to people, or these people are simply going to leave. You act like you're the only game in town. Babe, you're not. You are not. Everybody that I might want to do business with is one click away. So you keep fucking around over here, man. People are going to answer up. You guys already bailed this multiple times. It's time to do the right thing. And paying another $500,000 for a conference is not really going to soothe the folks on this one. Belle, anything else, or can we go to our next sponsor and take a break? Tell me.
Makokata Streamwalker with one more question.
Okay.
How do we get women more interested in crypto? I did get my wife to watch the start. She even called in. Yeah, I took her call, but she wandered off after the first half hour.
Well, why don't you go ahead and take that question, Belle? How the hell would I know? how would I know how to do this?
I got pushed into the deep end, and the more I looked, the more interested I became. So find something she's interested in and have her focus on crypto projects that focus on that.
See, for me, it's I'll be honest, guys, it's about money, man. I like to make money. It means a lot to me. My life is markedly better with money than it is without money. So we're just gonna go ahead and leave it right
I actually have a good story about this.
Go ahead.
My wife hates anything with risk involved at all. Doesn't care about crypto. She was frustrated when it got into card counting, and she's like, why are you out gambling with our money? We already don't really have any. And I'm like, oh, well, the math, all this. She did not care. Like, I'd win a couple grand, I'd come back, does not care, still angry. I literally had to go take like $8,000 in cash that I had come back with after a big win and like straight up like make it rain all over our cat. And she thought that was really cool, and then she was cool with me card counting.
Wait a minute, so card counting. Are we talking high-low ace tracking? What are we talking here?
It depended on double deck or six deck. Usually just high-low.
Let's pretend six deck.
Or,
Yeah, because six deck is the way to go on that.
Six deck, high-low, double deck, Omega 2.
Oh my goodness, man, dude, you're a scoundrel. But I'm gonna give you a round of applause for that because I'm a big blackjack guy. So obviously I would prefer to know what the count is as opposed to not knowing what the count is. So anyway, folks, as I said, we're not sponsored, and you can see by the amount of tips that we get, nobody's gonna. They don't go to me, guys. They go to Belle. I don't pay my producer, so the only people who pay my producer are you, and it grinds her gears every time I come up here and give away a couple grand. She's like, what'd you give it to me? I was like, well, because you're one viewer, Belle, because you are one viewer. That's what you count as up there. So Belle does the work. She goes out, she gets us friends, family, and people who will give us money to talk about this. And let me ask you something, Podocasters. Podocasters, how you doing tonight? Bad? Are you doing bad? Well, let me cheer you up with another fine offering from Tom of Tom's Doggy Dentist and Tom's Home Circumcision Kit. It is amazing. It is stupendous. And it will make sure that your child becomes famous on the YouTube. I give you Tom's glow-in-the-dark fireworks Frisbee. Now, listen. Listen here. All right, old Frisbees suck. They do. They are designed to be tossed around on college campuses by long-haired hippies in Birkenstocks. But with Tom's glow-in-the-dark fireworks Frisbee, those guys can suck it. Now, what makes it special? I thanks for asking. It is literally in the name, fireworks. When the Frisbee is thrown, it will emit a joyful shower of sparks as it goes from person to person. That in itself would be enough, but it's not enough for Tom. It's not enough for Tom. That might make the YouTube, but it won't make you viral. So Tom added the special Judas feature to the Frisbee, the grand finale. You don't know when, you don't know with whom, but you know it will happen. This thing will detonate gloriously in a shower of sparks, explosions, ooze, and laughter. Everything that makes danger fun randomly when caught by someone. It's time to step it up, folks. It's time to start living on the wild side again, and time to make the YouTube fun again with Tom's glow-in-the-dark Frisbee, fireworks Frisbee. Safety glasses are not provided, but they sure... Oh, this is bad. Safety glasses are not provided, but they sure are recommended. Order now, sissy, and don't forget the podcast coupon code. Hit me a big silly ass for half off. That's right, I said it, half off. You're gonna need two of these. Operators are standing by, guys, and we will be right back. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. As we all continue to observe the death throes that is Adam right now, and that's kind of funny. When you see Osmo going up, you should buy anything connected to Osmo. But when you see Adam going up, you should simply sell Adam. That seems to be where we're at with this thing right now, man. Oh my God, for an ecosystem token, man, Crow is stabler. It has more stability than Adam. All right, Belle, do we get anything in, or are we just going to carry on here, man? Because I could definitely do the 4K wallet, man. That thing's been killing it.
Microman, will we get an auto swap button for depositing into pools? I'm very lazy.
That's for Eric.
Oh man, it's. I
Don't
hope so.
You know
work
what?
on it. It's not a priority right now. I know we'll get there.
That is such a bullshit answer. I ain't letting you. Boy, I sure hope so. It's not like you own the goddamn thing, dude. Crescent has one. That's the funny thing, man. You're saying it like, whoa, I have bosses, but you don't. You're it. The buck literally stops right there. Don't even walk away from it.
Have you argued with Benji's like obnoxious British accent, dude?
Get him on. Get him on the damn stream. I will absolutely thump him. I'll do it right here. Benji, do it. I don't want to do it. You're gonna do it.
There's a couple of niceties that are more difficult to do when we don't own the chains. So Crescent Osmosis, by owning the chains, they can do more things like overload themselves, whereas we might be DDoSing a chain. But I've talked to him about it. Ethan and I have pled. He's bickered and said stuff about biscuits. I don't know whatever those people ask about. And we'll end up with a button.
Oh my God!
And he did just watch all of this, guys. Benji is on the stream.
All right, Benji, what the hell, man? All right, look, you guys are a community deck. You're gonna have to come to terms with this. That's Eric. That's Benji. That's everybody. Steph. That you guys are a community decks, and what your community wants, you are gonna have to provide, and you ignore that at your own peril. I'm just putting that out. And I want this time and date stamped. We record everything so that if something happens 6 months from now and all of a sudden it all goes to shit, and I can come back and play this video and say, yeah, you didn't listen to your community. There it is. Round of applause again. Belle, please carry on.
Ethan, more bulge. Scott needs to host in a Speedo. Ratings will soar.
You really think? Is that what you guys want to see here, man? Is a fat man in a Speedo?
We can always try it. It's a parameter, and then if it doesn't work for 90 days, we can always go back.
We can always roll it back. No, I'm an unfortunate tubby man because I have like no hair on my chest. I'm completely just speared bald, man. So if you're going to see a fat man, you want to see it with like, hair all over the place because some reason that masks the fact that you're a fatty. But it doesn't work. I'm spear bald, man. So nobody wants to see this. But I'll tell you what, we'll see if we can make that happen, Eric, huh? We will see. Hey, I'll do what I can, right? We will just see what happens there. Carry on, Belle.
All right, old man. My question is, what is the purpose of the zipper on the shirt of Uncle Scott?
Why don't you go ahead and answer that one there, Belle?
It's so he can pull it on over his head. That collar is tighter than you might think.
And sometimes the incredibly obvious answer is the correct answer. I'm a big fan of Occam's razor. I don't know if you've heard that before, or if you know the term of Occam's razor, which means the obvious answer tends to be the most correct one. Dude, if I got this zipped up, I'm not getting it over my head, man. That's really all it is. But I appreciate
it won't fit around the ears.
No, I got big ears, man. I look like a taxi cab with the doors open. You can't see it under the headphones, but I assure you they're there. Yeah, look, man, this is from Mr. B's, all right? These are this is quality attire. You wouldn't think it. I'm not very vain. If I'm not doing this show right here, I'm in fatigues, a dirty podcast t-shirt or something like that. But when we're on here, I like to look my best for you. You guys give me your time. I want to give you the very best that I can do. But old man, thank you for noticing. I guess that's what it is. He's been hot for me, Belle, forever. He is he's been into me. He sends me these really filthy private messages, and it's difficult to read all the way through them, but I do because I'm a sailor. So I got to see where this guy is going. What the hell's the matter with him? And I'm going to read it all the way through.
Apparently it's directed to both of us because he keeps asking me for feet pics.
Feet pics. I got nothing on that one. Carry on, Belle. Come on, dazzle me.
JJG, why did you pick the Cosmos ecosystem over the others? ICP, Solana, any particular reason?
Jackal. That's really it. I dabbled around in this before. I dabbled around in Cosmos, a lot of different things before I really started to get a good strong beat on it. Jackal. There's a couple things over here that are just gonna be fucking monsters, man. You don't know. It doesn't matter, man, because I'm not. They don't pay me to shill. I don't shill. I don't give a shit. You spend your money however the hell you want to spend your money. But I bought the bulk of my Jackal position at about 2.5 cents. So let's just say I'm happy. Jackal, real world use case cloud products that offer a decentralization element are the things that are going to be pulling out of this. The bulk of crypto, 90%, 95% of crypto out there is absolute horseshit. And as the market gets better and better, you're going to see more and more of this bullshit just come slamming at you. And everybody's going to jump on Zephyr. Zephyr is a perfect indication. If it was such a good goddamn idea, and it works so stupendously, how come you didn't launch it when the market sucked balls? Oh, you didn't because it just didn't occur to you then? It's not like Luna UST didn't exist 4 years. You're doing it now because the market sentiment is returning and you want to suck money out of people. That's all it is. All right, you're scammers. All right, you're looters. That's it. If you were actually ever on a show with somebody who would ask you hard questions, your token would die overnight. You're invited. All right, you come on this show. Face me, face Eric. Let's see how you weather it. Because your whole buy a bag, throw your laptop away, check back in 10 years. Hex already did that, dude. All right, even your narrative has already been used. So I'm very, very concerned about all this other shit that's going to be coming up because you're going to be sucking money out of actual good projects such as Jackal, such as a catch. Kudos. I actually like Kudos. They have no love whatsoever right now, but Kudos doing the same thing. They're kind of doing what a cash is doing, not as well. They don't have the infrastructure and they really, really lost control of their token. But if you notice close, everything that I'm talking about is something that will generate value, something that is a business, something that can exist on a single piece of paper, one side saying expenditures and the other side saying revenue. And as long as this side that says revenue exceeds the size that says expenditures, you're talking about a business. Now, whether it be crypto, whether it be fiat, whether it be legacy, world-facing, Web 2, Web 3, doesn't matter. But I am investing in businesses because we just came out of a bubble, guys. A year and a half ago, we just came out of a bubble, a tech bubble. Now, we already experienced, and any trader who is old, fat, and bald, like the Empire, they tell me this shit all the time, that's already been through one. The things that come out of bubbles, those are the things that you want to invest in because those are the things that are going to have a tremendous amount of value. You know, some of the Eric, you're an econ kind of guy, right? You're trained in this. You went to school, all that other stuff.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the .com bust?
Yes.
Can you tell me a couple products that came out of the .com bust?
That survived it?
Yeah.
Amazon, Google,
Okay.
Yahoo.
Whoa. Well, what do you know, man? Looky there. These are talking about monster products that actually offer real world value, that have a revenue and expenditure sheet that can come up and monetize. They came out of all of this stuff and they are monsters. The same goddamn thing is going to happen in crypto. I 100% believe it. I'm 100% right. What I'm doing is investing in these things now. What I need is somebody who can facilitate that. That's why Eric's on the goddamn show so much. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Microman, can we buy Tom's amazing products with Cosmos Pay and Bitcana?
How cool would that be?
Or are they exclusive to the AMP SDK?
They are exclusive. I'm so sorry. They are exclusive to the AMP SDK. And someday that's going to launch. Any day now. All right. Soon is going to become real soon, which will turn into critically soon, which will turn into, you won't believe how soon this is going to happen. And the next thing you know, you're going to have an SDK. So look for that right around 2028, 2029. It takes a long time to build these things sometimes. But if you keep an eye on it, you're going to be able to buy Tom's jet-powered pogo stick. Carry on, Bill.
Makokata Streamwalker, who is buying big chunks of Jackal? Customers? Whales? Scott?
That is a tremendously good question. You guys know I'm always buying. All right, it has nothing to do with me. All right, don't worry about Scott. Scott can be pretty much ruled out of this equation. I'm now to the point that I'm just concerned more with governance than anything else because I need to take care of my investment. Who is buying these big chunks? I don't know. But Jackal has a Discord, and I bet if you go over to them, they might even answer you. Bell, carry on, please.
Monero Dinero, who are we all betting on tonight for the Vegas F1 Grand Prix race? Steve has an extra 2K to throw down.
I'm betting on the manholes, man. Did you see what they did, dude? They didn't even weld them. They filled them up with cement and said, no, it's going to be okay now. These cars are going how fast? Yeah, it's going to work out just fine. Carry on, Bell.
Makoka to Streamwalker, is there anything crypto related to Ancestry?
To Ancestry, not to my knowledge. Bell, you know?
Yeah, not that I know of, but I can do some digging on that and find out.
Eric?
I have avoided all Ancestry stuff because I'm terrified of wherever I came from. Also, I didn't want my DNA to be owned by BlackRock, which sure enough purchased them. So it's like,
isn't that funny how that works, man? And once again, man, we all do this, man. We all just, no, see no evil, hear no, speak no evil. They have your DNA now, dude. It's not enough that they have your money, your control, social, all that other stuff. Now they got your goddamn DNA, man. Good luck with the next virus. Bell, carry on.
All right, John S., any insight as to products on the horizon that you have not mentioned yet to watch out for? A correctly placed AI without the information restrictions that centralized systems have?
Well, we're a big fan of Fetch AI. I don't know if to the point that we validate the chain, to the point that I'm a very, very heavy investor in it. I think one of the things that is going to make Fetch continue to pop is the fact that every government on the planet is effectively coming down now on AI. We got to regulate. Oh my God, we're it's Skynet. It's going to happen. They're going to launch nukes. Fetch is not really burdened by that because Fetch is decentralized as they come. So if they can move to wherever the hell that they happen to need to be able to move, so that they can continue to do business, and South America is looking really, really good for a lot of these companies right now. So AI is the hype. It is the future. Believe it. Don't believe it. Doesn't matter, man. It's going to affect your life in ways that you can't even imagine. And I plan on being invested in a company that's decoupled enough from everything else that I don't have to worry about it. So that's why I'm a big fan of Fetch. That's why that token's going to continue to sail. That's why I'm staying in it, because they are the people who are going to be tiptoeing through the raindrops. That matters to me. It absolutely does. Bell, please carry on.
Cosmos Joe, Bell, if you came to work for my stream, I could pay you more than Scott is paying. I guarantee it.
Is that what you're saying, Joe? Do you really want to go there? Is that where we're at here right now, man? We're going to be bargaining for my producer. Dude, she can work 2 streams, but she's always going to be loyal to me. You know why? Because when we were streaming for months and months and months with 2 viewers, meaning her and me, and she stuck with me the entire time. So, but yeah, dude, you want to lease her out, man? You know what? You don't talk to her. You talk to me. Bell, look at there. Round of applause. If you want my producer, you don't talk to the. You don't.
There's one thing I don't have to do.
No, I'll take care of that, Joe. Talk to me, man. We'll see what we can do. Carry on, Bell. That is funny, Eric. Shut up, dude. It's funny.
And Joe again. 2 streams. There's a joke in there somewhere. I can't just say it.
Are you saying crossing the streams? Is that what you're doing? Well, Bell is crossing. Oh my God, that does play well. I didn't even consider that. What, you got a different one?
Are you guys going to use Stream Swap for this launch?
Oh God, boo. I'll give you the drum fill on that though. Carry on, Bell.
That was actually it for the moment.
And looky there, and we are getting really, really close to the end of time. Everybody, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use this as my outro. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate every bit of support that you guys continue to give this channel. I know that there's a lot of you that won't be back until Jackal hits 32 cents and we're giving away $4,000. But the funny thing is that it's going to, and we will. We've honored every single one of them, and we will continue to honor them. We do this for you guys. We don't really need the money. We do it because we like the community. We like the family. The podcast family means everything to me, man. And we're going to continue to do whatever we have to do to keep you guys informed. That's it. Not educated. You're past us. You don't even need us anymore, man. If you go to the podcast Discord, you see what I'm talking about, man. You guys do not need us anymore. You're ducky. You got all the answers. But we're going to continue to keep grinding away here, man, because we're here for investments. All right, we're an investment channel. Don't really give a shit about the drama. I don't care about any of that. The only reason I pay attention to it is because it might affect my investment. So as long as it's going to be doing that, this is me. I'm popping out of the hole. Oop, what? Prop 848. What? That's about it. Yeah, so keep joining us, man. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, like, share, subscribe, all that other good stuff that you do on YouTube. I never really cared about it, but now I care a great deal. Now I care a lot. So if you could, I would certainly appreciate it. Gonna turn it over to Eric. Eric, Astrovault Eric. Take all the time you need, brother. Talk it up. Take your victory lap, man. You guys had a great fucking weekend. Go.
Scott, thanks for having me on again. Guys, everyone, thank you for showing us love and support, for using Astrovault, for making recommendations on what tokens to list, and for providing liquidity. We literally couldn't do this without you guys. We all need the liquidity to make things work. We're getting ready to go to launch. We hope you guys feel we're very much doing right by you with the initial token launch. But we're ready to take this big time. This is a very big idea. I know it's kind of been viewed as like a small project. It's not. And we're excited to have you guys here at the front seat, here in the front row as our early supporters. So thank you guys so much. And it's going to be a wild month.
It absolutely will. Belle, talk us up. Take us out of here.
All right. Again, for those of you who joined us this evening, we definitely can't say thank you enough. Thank you, Eric, for joining us again tonight. Again, with that being said, we're going to be back on as we normally are on Tuesday, but next Thursday and Saturday, we're out. We've got Thanksgiving and then another thing going on. So definitely between now and Tuesday, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, definitely don't hesitate to shoot Scott or myself an email, scott@thepodcast.com or bella@thepodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you guys enough for all the comments and questions. We do sincerely appreciate you, and we will see you on Tuesday.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.